The He podcast is presented by Villanis in Marang by Alin Anwar. Who is he? He is me. Hi, I'm Refie Redzuan. This is he. Here is my chance to share some amazing stories with some amazing people that are inspiring to me. He celebrates everyday people of everyday life. He revolves around conversations that inspire others to change the world and make a difference in life, with a little bit of laughter and a whole lot of drama. Join me for personal stories and experiences on health and healing, successes and failures, recovery and discovery, anything relatable, and anything in between. He elevates us to rise again and live our very best life. Just so you know, you are not alone. He is with you. Two sisters have turned their seaside dream into reality with Villanis, a serene retreat named in honor of their beloved grandfather, Anis. Co-owned by Alin Anwar, a renowned entrepreneur and wedding planner with a passion for wellness and yoga, Villanis offers an intimate sanctuary for women seeking healing and self-love. The retreats, designed by a team of wellness professionals, are limited to just 8 guests, allowing for a personalized experience. Visitors can enjoy peaceful kampong life, home cooked meals, yoga sessions, spa treatments, and the calming embrace of nature. For guests traveling from Kuala Lumpur, transportation is provided to ensure a seamless experience. To view schedules and event dates, visit Villanis_Marang, that's VILLANIS_MARANG on Instagram, or click the link in the description below. Hi, C.
Hello,
How are you?
I am good, 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 good. How are you?
I'm doing so well. I'm so happy to host you.
Good to be back. Good to be back. Such a heavy topic, but you know what? You know me. I'm always happy to talk to you. When you like reached out to me and you proposed this topic, I felt that it's a really broad topic to begin with. But now that we're when we're pushing 40 now, right? Only in a few years, I think we'll become 40. So definitely, you cannot live 40 years of life without experiencing regret. Correct? So I feel that this topic like really speaks to me at this point in my life, having gone through what I've gone through, right? And being this person. So you mentioned that you knew me from we were 10. It's just that, yeah, from when you knew me until now, I think I've gone through a lot. So have you, right? We've gone through a lot of things that we learn, a lot of things that we experience that we wish we could have done better. And there are some things that happen that I would say still haunt us, like before we go to sleep sometimes, right? Things like that. So I feel that, given our long standing relationship, it's a really good topic to talk about. And I just really hope whatever that we talk about today, if anyone's listening in, there's something that could add values to their lives, just to make them be able to at least breathe easier, just to lighten their steps. Because regret, man, it's a really, really, really heavy feeling. Did a little bit of homework, like what is regret. So yes, it says it's a feeling of sadness, repentance, or disappointment over an occurrence or something that one has done or failed to do. This is on the internet. If you Google, that's the first thing that I read. But personally, to me, regret, apart from those, that what was said, it's also missed opportunities, and road not taken. That the poem, the famous poem that we learned since we were kids, road not taken. So if you think about words that whenever you think about regret, the words that come to mind are mistakes, losses, and naivety, to me personally. But of course, when you look for definitions, there is also antonyms, right? The opposites.
Yeah.
So the antonyms for regret is actually satisfaction,
Mm-hmm.
gladness, and
Mm-hmm.
happiness. So if you think about regret, actually, yes, if you think of a coin, right? One side of the coin is regret, definitely. But the yang to that is all this really, really positive feelings, being satisfied, being glad, and being happy.
Yeah.
So, yes. So, to me, I don't like to ponder about regret in only one facade. I really want to harness this regret into something positive. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the in so long story short, yeah, that's the definition of regret to me personally.
I would have never thought of it that way and did not expect that at all. As in, when you turn it around, regret to its antonyms.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, wow, that is an angle I should look into. Because I think Coulda, Woulda, Shoulda, inspired by an episode that I watched in Sex and the City.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, yes. And I love that episode. It makes so much sense. And when you mentioned just now that it relates to us so much reaching 40 now, because this conversation for me recently, I think I am reevaluating my choices. One, I am questioning my life choices for
Hmm.
whatever reason, for what reasons I had no idea. I think it's just part of the process of turning 40 in the future. So I think it comes naturally, I think. And
Hmm.
also, I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. Like, why am I feeling this way at this point of my life? So if you ask me what is my definition of regret in my life, it's like I don't necessarily have regrets because a lot of things I did in my life, be it good or bad, I enjoyed it, and I'm not proud of it.
Hmm.
I'm not
Hmm.
proud of it, and but
Hmm.
at the same time, I'm ashamed of it. Yes, but I'm not proud of it either. But I think it made me who I am today. But there are
Hmm.
moments in life when things were like like when I hit rock bottom. Like after Ryan was born, and I had to quit my job, and I think I have been telling this story many times over. When I started to become a stay-at-home dad, it really questioned my whole life. Like this is what I wanted, but why am I questioning it now?
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm. Hmm.
wanted to be a dad. I wanted to. This is the life I imagined. Like I want to be a tai tai, for example.
Congrats.
Yes, but ideally, it may not be an ideal life that I picture, but it is something that maybe with my faith is, it's for the long term, Regret is something that is very heavy feeling. It is very heavy feeling. If you ask
It
me,
is. It
yeah, I
is.
don't have one or two regrets, tapi I wouldn't, you know why I don't want to say I have regrets. I think I mentioned to you earlier. It's because whenever you have regrets, it's like questioning who you are
Hmm.
today or what
Yep.
you have today. And then
Yes.
with that, you will limit yourself,
Hmm.
what the future can give to you.
Agreed. Agreed.
Can? Yeah.
Yes.
And you mentioned about missed opportunities. I think this is really interesting to
Hmm.
really dive into. How have your experiences with missed opportunities shaped who you are today? And I hope if you can share a specific moment that, had a significant impact on your journey.
So yeah, I mean, you know what? I agree with you. So if people ask me, do you have like regrets? I mean, definitely. Like no one can live 40 years of life and not have a single regret, right? I have
Yeah.
like a lot. I probably have one on a daily basis. I think
Yeah. Yes.
like something that you did, right? Or I
Yeah.
shouldn't have
Yeah.
eaten that. But
Yeah. Okay, tu ada all these little regrets lah they call kan.
kenapa I drink pagi today? But the thing is,
Yeah.
yeah. But one thing that I really like that you said is macam you're not like proud of your can it's also mistakes. Like I mentioned earlier, mistake.
No. Yeah.
But like it's not that okay. At this point in my life, I feel that I have to have regrets and I have to commit those mistakes to be who I am today,
Yeah.
professionally and personally. It doesn't matter because if I didn't do all the things that, if I didn't screw up or if I didn't choose what I chose, I wouldn't learn. I wouldn't be here. And so, just to echo on what you were saying, maybe just to share at this point. So, like a really big event happened to me like past 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm.
Basically, I'm in a transition to a new position at work, and
Mm.
honestly, I remember
Wow.
perhaps 10,
Wow.
15 years ago, I wanted to be here. But now that
Oh,
I so it's very similar to what you are feeling or what you felt, right? So now that I'm here,
yes,
man, it's not a walk in the park. It's not like a bed of roses. You don't wake
of
up every day
course.
bird singing, you're like, no, it's not. Okay, let's not delude ourselves.
So
So
it's not.
so
Yeah,
I understand what you mean. I don't So 15 years ago I would do anything to be here, and then every day I would like pray to God and do everything I could to be here. And there was a point where I thought I can never reach that, and suddenly it happened. But when it's happening right now, you're like, okay, maybe this is not what I want. It's not like you're not grateful, but it's just that
Mm-mm.
you realize that with whatever you see superficially
Mm-hmm.
is not the entire thing. It's not the three-dimensional or four-dimensional reality of what you really want. So the
Mm-mm.
vision that you had before,
Mm.
whatever imagination that you conjured up in your mind, it's very two-dimensional.
Yeah.
So now that you're in it and you're like, okay, so it's not that great, but you know what? It's definitely something that you've wanted when you were much younger. But now that you're
Mm-mm.
here, you have a different outlook. And so, like for me personally, right now,
Mm-hmm.
being in this position, I feel that I thought that, oh, life would be easier. Like I would, less pressure, things would be easier, less work, and all that. That's not the case. But I also realized that for the past 15 years, everything that has happened to me, like
Mm.
all the failures that have accumulated, it has given me the tools that I need to be in this position. So that's why it's hard for me to say, oh, I have a lot of regrets. I don't. I know I make
Mm-mm.
mistakes. I'm not happy. I'm not proud of them. But I also feel that if I did not do those, I will not be who I am today.
Yeah.
And like I honestly right now, I don't think I'm perfect, like no, but I feel that I am at peace with who I am as a person.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So, and then
Mm-mm.
talking about missed opportunities, right? So I like probably a week ago or so, I was on Instagram and scrolling, doing my daily scrolling, like, oh, what did I miss today?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I saw this quotation like on a page. It was like a Harba Foundation, like it's a charity organization, I think. So it says there, what is meant for you will reach you even if it is beneath two mountains, and what is not meant for you will not reach you even if it is between your two lips.
Yeah. That's so true.
So and then
Yes.
so I of course relied on Google, my good friend.
Mm.
Was so who said this is actually Imam Al Ghazali, one of Islam's greatest scholars. So he said
Mm-mm.
that. So this to me, essentially, this is what missed opportunities in my life are.
Mm.
If it's
Mm.
meant for you, it will happen regardless. It's 15 years in the making, 20 years in the making, but if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. And like if for the things that are not meant for you, even though it looks like within an arm's reach, but if it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. And yes, you
Mm-mm.
feel bad, you feel like, I'm not
Yeah.
accepted because
Yeah.
I'm not good enough, whatever, but that's not the entire truth. There is a reason, and
Mm-mm.
again, we have to go back to our faith on this, and it's very
Yeah.
personal, I understand. But for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
if I have worked hard for it, and it's, I was not chosen for whatever reason, it's out of my control. That's not
Yeah.
on me anymore. What can I do, right? I've done my best, but it just takes me longer to reach what I want,
Mm-mm.
but it's
Mm-mm.
fine. So this mantra of what's meant for you will reach you, what's not meant for you will never reach you. I think yes, it's related to fate. Like what's fated will happen.
Yeah.
What's not fated for you is not for you, but it does not negate proper planning and hard work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so that's why me, if you know me as a person, and this is not me like blowing my own trumpet, but if you know me personally or even professionally, you know that I really really put in the effort of everything that I do,
Yeah.
even when studying. Like I it's because I really want some. For example, right, when I was 10, I really want to score A in mathematics, for example. So I would do the work. I would do the work, do the work, do the work. And of course, we were always taught that, okay, it's a linear. You put in the hard work and you will get the results. And where exams are concerned, yes, you study, 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 oh, and then you get A's. But that's not life. Life does not happen that way. So you have to understand that Yes. So this balance that okay, you have to work hard, you have to put in the effort, but you also have to be at peace with how life works. If it's meant for you, if it's meant for you. If
Mm-mm.
it's not
Mm-mm.
but your hard work, it's not. But it doesn't mean
Betul.
that you should, everything you should just be like, tak apalah, it's okay.
Mm-mm.
If it happens, it happens. But you don't put in the work. It cannot. You
Tak
have
boleh.
to,
Yeah. Yeah.
add the effort, and the rest too. If it's beyond your control, let it be. It's fine.
Berserah
So,
lah. Yeah.
yeah, opportunities, so
Yeah.
because I've had many opportunities that I feel, okay, why did it not come to me? Or so that is that. And then, so in my line of work, okay, so I do a lot of forecasting, production forecasting, trying to see in the future what would it look like. So I work in oil and gas.
Yes.
I kind of like try to predict, okay, for the next 2 years, what would be my production from my field, for example. And
Yeah.
so you are doing, in essence, you are fortune telling. So how do I do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Of
Uh-uh.
course lah, it's physics based and everything, not gonna go into all that nerdy stuff. But essentially what it is that it is my KPI to ensure that whatever I predict in the future will happen, because management needs to make decision based on my prediction.
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned, having done the work so many years now, is that there is no such thing as perfect decision making based on my prediction, because my prediction is not perfect. I can only forecast the future based on what I know today, based on the current information and facts, based on the current observation, and then I have to come up with the assumptions. So you also have to understand that it's not that you missed that opportunity because you did not try hard enough, but some things are beyond your scope. You can only do your best in trying to decide the future. So,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, you decide for yourself at this point, oh, I want to be let's say, I want to be a engineer, and then 3 5 years into the job, you realize that I'm a really crappy engineer, and but you regret because you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have taken the degree, I should have done something else. But you're already 4 years into the job. What can you do? You can't turn back time, right? when
Mm-mm.
when you made that decision to become an engineer, is because of certain information that you had. Oh, the pay is good, blah blah blah, all that. And at that point you were like, okay, this is what I want to do. But now that you've gone through it and you realize that it's not for me, it's okay. You don't have to be regretful over your decision, because you have
Yeah.
to be at peace. You cannot predict the future. So that's why I keep going back to put in the effort, have faith in
Yeah.
yourself. If it
Yeah.
doesn't pan out, it's fine. Life will still go on. Like, don't beat yourself over, oh, now other people are 5 years into their career, but I need to start from zero. No. No, you learn a lot within that 5 years. There are things, there are skills that you learn, there are experiences that you have gone through that will benefit you for your next step in life. So yeah, I mean, that's why I don't like to think about missed opportunities as, oh, should have, could have, would have. To me,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's stated. Learn from it. That's all you can do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. You mentioned about that mantra, what's meant for you will be yours, what's not will not. I'm not a fan of that mantra when it's not for me.
Hmm.
But I'm a fan of it when it's
For
when it's
you.
meant for me. You know what I mean? When I get it, I'm like, this is meant for me. Ooh. But when it's not for me, I'm not a fan of that mantra. Tapi it makes so much sense because like hard work is one thing kan. Tapi
Betul.
but at the same time for some people memang kadang-kadang spoon feed memang rezeki dia punya no matter what who they
Betul.
are. You kan
Betul.
dia macam tu macam ni. I am guilty of that too. Sometimes because what I have been given.
Hmm.
Contohnya, be it physical ke, family ke, ada benda-benda I got away with it because of that. But at the
Hmm.
same time, understanding when it's not for me, even I tried so hard, I
Hmm.
question myself like how these people get it. Tapi bila
Yeah.
tu the opposite kan, bila the opposite. So I'm
Ha.
like, is that a missed opportunity? No, it's not.
No.
Because it's not meant for you. Because then when I realized that if I have gotten it, for example, Masa tu maybe I don't understand why I didn't get it. Tapi 5 years later, I believe that whatever missed opportunities you think you may have in your life, you will have the answers years later.
Exactly.
Macam sekarang
Betul.
memang you rasa macam, okay, I got what I want. Oh my God, but this is not what I imagined. This is harder than I thought. This is so
Yes. And
daunting on me.
yeah,
And
so then when you think about it, okay, 15 years later you're here. I don't
ha,
think if macam that you go back 10 years in time, I could have,
ha,
I would be macam I would be able to handle it. So that's why
yes.
I need to wait for 15 years for it to happen, you
Yes,
know?
betul. Exactly. So my
Ah,
point here is kan, when you are here today, despite with your feelings that's been probably rushing through your mind today that oh my god, this is harder than I thought, for example kan. Tapi bila you 5 tahun kan, when you reflect back 5 years down the road, you macam, I did it.
betul.
I still made it. You know what I mean? And then to
You
kalau
didn't
katalah,
you didn't die.
you
Did not
katalah,
end.
you regret it lah, for example lah. I don't want to say the word regret. I mean,
Mm,
maybe you feel like, okay, tak patut lah ambil jalan ni contohnya lah. Tapi you
mm,
nak go back to that life that you think 5 years ago, you macam, I shouldn't have done this. I should have lived a simpler life.
mm,
Contohnya lah kan. Tapi
mm.
tak ada orang yang dah naik nak turun.
Betul?
Kan?
True.
Because sometimes when your life changes to the better, susah tau nak turun. Although it is harder than I think macam I sekarang ni. Okay, to be fair to you, okay, I know getting a raise, getting a position that is higher than you were before, it comes with a price and
Mm,
responsibilities and stuff like that. In the
mm,
same way that when you have lived like me today, as a
mm,
stay-at-home dad, having to have my own schedule, run my own businesses at my free time, and I do things as I please, accordingly lah. I wouldn't say as I please suka-suka hati, macam,
You have
what
more
I mean.
flexibility lah. You have
I
more
have more
flexibility.
flexibilities in terms of
Yeah.
my decision, and I wouldn't go back to that 9 to 5 and deal with all these board of directors who sometimes can be very nasty to you. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
matter how much they pay you, I wouldn't go back to that. So
Mm.
to me, that is going down for me. I dah tak
Faham.
nak. I dah tak nak. I tak rasa tak kerja sekarang
Mm, mm.
dengan corporate company is a missed opportunity.
I understand.
Tapi,
Mm,
tapi because to reflect on what you just said, suddenly it dawned on me like, tak sambung belajar ni miss opportunity. Did I not continue my studies to be on par with my spouse? She has a PhD, but if I don't, is it a missed opportunity? Should I go through what she went through? Because it wasn't easy. I know if I can recall 5 years ago when we did that, when we moved to a place where it was, it wasn't foreign for me, but it was foreign for her, but it would still make my life difficult at the time. It was
mm,
challenging because
mm,
there was a lot to navigate. But am I missing an opportunity in life? Because I did think about it. This shoulda, coulda, woulda thing feel like, eh, I should have done this. I could have done this. I would have done this. But oh my God, my son is 7 years old. I'm turning 40. Am I missing something? I don't want to be rich when I'm 60 because I no longer look good.
mm. Okay. So like,
Would you still love me
yeah. Okay.
when
So
I'm no
okay.
longer
Let's okay.
young and
Let's talk about.
beautiful?
Okay. Let's talk about that a bit because
Ah,
I know that you were living the life back then in New York. Were you not? Was it New York or
yes.
was it Houston? Okay,
Yeah,
one of
New
those.
York
But
and
you're living
Houston. Yeah, both, yeah.
basically the upscale lah compared to KL. I think. Okay. I mean that's the general consensus, right? I mean that's all the
Brother,
honest selves can. But so
ni,
much, and
okay.
you were in corporate, right? At that point, were you? You're not.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
yes, I
so
was.
you were in
Yes, yeah.
corporate. You were wearing your, I don't know, all these suits lah. I don't know, all these designer brand. Takut
Betul.
I takut nak sebut nanti macam I butcher the pronunciation, kena
Tak
kena
apa,
kena
tak,
hujat with your
tak
listeners. But
payah, tak payah sebut. Nanti bank semua cari I.
yeah, so macam
Okay,
you
go
were
on.
doing so well. You were living
Yes.
the life, and then
Oh God.
you don't think that do you ever wonder macam if you had just macam stay on that track, do you consider
I
that to be a
did,
missed
yeah.
opportunity?
I rasa tak because I puas at the time.
So
Okay,
you've you
yeah,
okay.
I miss to have my own money. I miss not to living off of people. Like
Mm-hmm.
being supported by your parents or your
Mm.
spouse is to me okay. I had a high, yes, because I did the work. I deserve what I have gotten today because I did the work. It's not much, but I'm very grateful. Tapi I tak rasa that life in the past was a missed opportunity because I lived it. But
Me,
of course, at this point, I wanted, well, I wouldn't say more. I wanted something more substantial to this than
I
just this.
see. I
Yeah, I think,
see.
yeah, I wouldn't consider, ooh, I like that question because I tak rasa what I had in the past was a missed opportunity today.
Meaning
Because
that
I mean,
you have no
ah,
regrets quitting the
tak
job,
ada.
right? So
Oh,
that's
no,
why
no.
you don't view it
Oh,
as a missed
no.
opportunity that you could have gone
Yes.
further in your
Yes.
career. Tak ada.
Yes,
I
yes.
see.
This is really a good way to connect the next point, which is learning from the past. I
Mm.
think to navigate through that, the future and what have had in the past, even knowing you as a friend, seeing you thrive, and educationally, I think you did really well. I can never surpass that. I can never surpass what you have achieved in terms of your career and everything. But in the meantime, I think missed opportunity for me today is wondering what my future would have been if
Mm.
I could have done this today.
Okay, done this.
Like,
This meaning?
okay, meaning like if I were to sambung belajar,
I
I
see.
always wanted to go back to school one, and then despite the cost and despite the logistic and all the sacrifices I need to make, I am not willing to be committed to that because I feel like being there for my family is more important than that. I think not being with my son would be a bigger missed opportunity.
I see what you mean.
That's what hold me back,
Right.
having to leave my family just so I can have my own money and live 5 hours apart of, say, a flight away. I
Hmm.
wouldn't leave them just so I can make my own money. Macam tu.
So okay, I
I
see.
rasa, I tak rasa tu miss opportunity because I rasa leaving them is a miss opportunity for me. I
Betul.
rasa macam diorang punya masa sikit. Sikit
True,
sangat.
true. That
Hmm.
is true. I mean, if you have my daughter, I have three, right? So
Yeah.
two of them are macam full-fledged. I consider full-fledged teenagers now
No. Yeah.
because they basically they're not little girls anymore. So I only have
Yes.
one little girl with me. So the conundrum that you are in is macam a
Mm-hmm.
constant dilemma for working mothers or
Hmm.
working parents, betul tak? Like I know,
Betul.
I know for me also macam I feel like did I have kids too early in masa at that point? I was like I had kids way too early. I feel so that's
Mhm.
why I mean even if you ask around, I feel like my children are amongst the older ones. So if I have
Yeah.
like a group apa ni like a group get together or anything, like my kids would be older than the rest. So and
Yeah.
then I had them like back to back, man. It was like 2012, 2013, 2016. So one of the thing that I always thought at that point in time, probably this was 10 years ago, whatever, and I was like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Because
Mm-mm.
really, I like you mentioned, you want to do more in life, in work, right?
Mm-mm.
but
Yes.
but then time is so precious, they're not going to be kids forever, and I say this from
Mm-mm.
experience. I did not regret taking a step back in my career when they were much younger. I
Yeah.
did not at
Yeah.
all, because I feel
Yeah.
like when everyone else around me were moving at a neck break speed in their career, I was like taking days off, had to like attend to kids, right? They get sick like every 3 days or something like that. So it was like I feel that at that point it felt like a missed opportunity. But now I'm here. I'm like, no, it was
Mm-mm.
okay. I made the right choice. Took a step back, let my husband do his thing
Yeah.
in his career, and I would manage the children and everything, right? But of course, I felt like I was stuck. But you know what? Like again, going back, what is meant for you will be yours. What is not meant for you
Mm-mm.
will never be
Mm-mm.
yours. So despite taking a step back, somehow things panned out. It just took longer. So I don't consider it a missed opportunity at all when it comes to my children. I would sacrifice everything just for them. Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So but yeah, I
Yeah. Yeah.
totally agree. I mean, I understand your sentiment lah. So you don't feel like
Huh?
you have any missed opportunity right now lah. I think tak ada.
Ha. Nah, so far tak ada. Tapi ada yang macam tadi tu lah. I said like, kalau sekarang ni kena ke sambung or pergi cari kerja juga or
Tak
pergi
payahlah.
move to KL just so I can, expand this production ke pergi some move back to America ke, and just do stuff I love to do and then again live with the wildlife again.
Please don't.
I,
Please don't. You will not
so
recover. Okay, you cannot.
exactly, this is
Our
betul. This
40-year-old
yeah.
body cannot handle that kind of partying anymore.
Yes.
I'm
This is
telling
why
you.
my mom said, I said, you duduk je lah situ. Duduk je lah situ. This is better for you because bukan you tak pernah buat tu, buat ni. Semua you, apa lagi you nak? Betul.
True.
And I feel like because we are people of faith and I don't come from a place where eventually I rasa macam, oh, I tak nak believe in anything. Because eventually if I decide to choose that path, which I could have gone, anytime in the past or maybe in the future, tu I tak boleh nak janji tapi maksud I come from a place of faith, meaning dia end goal dia apa? End goal dia kita akhirat lah, betul tak?
True.
Okay, and I would never be in peace, I think, even at this point of my life. The past has taught me that, wow, sampai bila lagi macam ini contohnya kan? Macam gini ni macam-macam cerita. Different people have different paths. People
Yep.
seen differently. Okay, fine. But what I meant to say here is like, here, Sid, is I would never be in peace with myself choosing the path, choosing a path where it would give me instant gratification, tapi very deep and hollow.
Was gonna say the word hollow.
Yeah,
I know
heart and
exactly. I
feeling
know
and
exactly that
a,
feeling.
a deep sense of loss in the journey to find yourself. Yeah. And I've been there, done that. I don't want to go there anymore. And I have my moments of relapse, and I feel like, okay, this shouldn't be happening again. But why is it happening? Maybe God knows the reason why. But learning from the past, how have your past regrets influenced your decision making and actions in the present?
Okay. So this is kind of hard to talk about. I might break down and cry, but
Yeah.
but honestly, I'm okay to share everything that I'm about to share. It's really
Yes, please.
personal. I've never talked about it in public. In fact,
Uh-huh.
only maybe macam with people who actually ask me about it, I'll talk about it. So
Yeah.
if you want to talk about regret, as in like the sadness of doing something that you should not have or not doing something that you should have, it's
Mhm.
really it comes after the death of my mother,
Yes.
which was
Okay.
March 23. So it was
Just recently, yes, I
yeah, it was
remember. Yeah.
so I think after her death, I realized that I had not been a good person. Like I think I was mean to a
Mhm.
lot of people around me,
Yes.
especially those who I love the most and those who
Mm.
love me the most, especially her. So I don't want to get too deep about what my regrets are, but in general, it's that now that she's not here, I feel that there were a lot of things I could have done better as the
Yeah.
daughter. So yes, but so it is really when she passed, I don't like I don't know if everyone feels like I do when they lost someone they love, but I felt like my entire axis of
Mhm.
universe tilted
Mm.
and it's never the same. And
To this very day.
to this very day. Okay, of course I cry because I'm sad, right? I mean, you're never gonna get over the death of your mother. Never. There's no such thing as overcoming your grief. You live with it, and so in during the early days, like I think 3 months, the regret was so heavy in my heart. I think about it
Mm.
every day,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the moment I wake up, and then right before I go to sleep. So that's why in the beginning I said regret is such a heavy feeling. And I pray to God that no one ever have to feel this regret, this feeling that I felt. I still feel it to this day when it comes to my mother, but
Mhm. Mhm.
I no longer have the bitterness,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
regret, it comes with bitterness. I don't anymore. So a reason for that is because I think 3 months after she passed, and this really came organically to me. I took time. I was alone a lot more by myself because I felt that it's hard for me to connect to people. Even it's hard. Was hard even talking to my husband at that point.
Yeah.
I just had to process the grief, process
Mm-hmm.
the regret. And because I know that, okay, yes, I'm feeling all this, but life goes on. I'm a
Yeah.
mother. I have to be functional, right? I cannot
Yes.
I cannot break down even though I'm sad, even though it was all these complex negative feelings within me. So I felt okay, I was by myself a lot. So I had time to process and thought and really assess about who I was,
Mm-hmm.
what I did wrong, and what I could do to improve going forward. So, it's this is because you have to, like you said, life has a finite amount of time. You are not gonna be here forever. I mean, we're reaching 40 now, right? We used to be
Yeah.
10 and we thought that,
Yes.
oh, 40 is a long way to come. But we're here now, for 30
Yeah.
years later, close to 40.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
statistically, okay, so my mother passed away when she was 70. Statistically, in my family, we don't live past like 75. 75 is pushing it.
Okay.
So, I only have 30 years left, right? Give or
Mm.
take. So,
Mm.
what am I going to do with this 40 years? Like, I can't turn back the time. I happen to be this horrible person for 36, 7 years of my life. So what
Yeah.
can I do next to, for the remaining 30 or 40 that I have left? Should I just wallow in, self-pity and just, keep keep punching myself in the face every time I look at myself in the mirror, And that is not what my mother would have wanted. So it's all
Yeah. Yeah.
like having that space and time to myself. So it was 1 year. It was a 1 year process, to be honest.
Mm.
Was really good for my heart, for my soul, I find. I really took time. So I felt I've been focusing too much on work also. So
Mm-mm.
I took a year, like not really a year off, but I kind of, so this is why it's ironic.
Mhm.
I told you, right, I wanted to be where I am, but last year what happened was I kind of stepped back a bit and said, you know what, not gonna put too much effort into work. I still showed up, obviously, but it was just I
Yeah.
wasn't at the previous pace I was at. I kind of chillax a bit, and then that one whole year of me chillaxing, suddenly this year I there was this jump. So that's why I feel that that 1 year of me chillaxing, I was able to really dig deep and understand, like, okay,
Mm.
I am this person. Like, it's not good. I don't want to be this person anymore. So
Yeah.
that's why, after a lot of self reflection, being alone by myself, and really just jogging through my memories of all these regrets, things I was not proud of, I felt that,
Mm-mm.
okay, all these things happened in the past, not proud of it. Really, I hate myself. But
Yeah.
what can I do going forward? 30 years left, that's not much, right? So that's
Mm-mm.
why the biggest learning for me is that I'm not perfect. I'm human. We're all human. We are imperfect to begin with. But
Yeah.
what we can do is to always hope for improvement, on a daily basis. It will be really small, but if you keep improving yourself day by day by day, I mean, inshallah, I believe this. At the end of our life, we will not die with regrets because we
Yeah.
know that
Yeah.
every day we hope for the best, we do our best, and we keep on improving despite whatever happened in the past.
Yeah.
So, that the death of my mother was such a tragedy for me, but it's
Hmm.
such a big blessing for me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You found yourself again. I think with self-reflection, I think it sounds like you were reborn. Yeah, and to let go of the past, moving forward, what would your message be to your mother if she is listening today?
I would tell her that I'm trying.
Okay, you don't have to answer this, but
No, I do. I want to.
yeah, okay,
So I would tell her that I'm trying and I will never stop trying because that's the best that we all can do.
yeah,
Part of my problem is that I was such a perfectionist, still am.
yeah,
It's such a toxic trait to have, perfectionism. And if you
very, yeah,
like me,
yeah,
you want
yeah,
you want everything to be as per your plan. It has to be on your time, your plan, your schedule, and according to your terms. And if it's not, then it's not perfect, and it just bothers you. So I think in letting go, right? In letting go, and after that entire year of self reflection, the biggest biggest thing that I realized I have to do is to improve myself is number one, honesty.
Yeah.
Being honest, saying that hey, you're not a good person, and it's okay. You're not a good person, but and then being kind to myself. You're not a good person because you're a human being. You are flawed. And then after you allow yourself to really be, to be honest and to be, to give you that allowance of it's okay, then you recognize what are your flaws, my flaws, and I know that it's perfectionism at the heart of it. That's the problem. Once you have gone through this process, like of being honest to yourself, being kind to yourself, recognizing your issues, and
Mhm.
then you will come to a place of peace. Like you will reach this level of it's fine, it's all good, it's all in the past, move
Mhm.
forward. And then once you actually reach that place, it's so easy to let go. So I do still have regrets, I do, but I don't have the
Yeah.
bitterness anymore in my heart. I feel like you
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
reborn is the right word. I feel that, hey, I can breathe easier. I can, there's lightness to my steps. Like I don't, whenever something did not go to my liking or plan, I feel that it's okay. Like I can breathe. I can breathe. It's fine.
Mm.
One of the other thing about letting go is that after you have let go of this regret or that you carry, right?
Mhm.
You have to tell yourself, okay, I'm letting this go with a price. And that price is that you want to become better every day. Honestly, that has helped me in like letting go of my bitterness and my regret of my past. I feel that
Yeah.
if I make a vow to improve myself, to try to be the best that I can, all the mistakes that I have done in the past is not for nothing. It's to
Yeah.
improve myself so that I can be of value to the people around me. I'm a mother, right? So there are
Yeah.
children depending on me, my father is depending on me. So as I improve, not only that I will die without regret, but I will also be of value to the people around me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, ultimately you have
Wow.
to understand life goes on, man. It goes on.
Yeah. It goes on no
It
matter
goes
what.
on. Yes.
Yeah.
So
No
it's
matter
okay.
what, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's why if my mother was alive, I would really tell her I'm trying. And trust me,
Mm-mm.
she would understand because all her life that's what she did. She never gave up and she tried. So
Mhm.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for
Wow.
crying. I really didn't want to
Yeah,
cry, but
that's beautiful. For me, crying, I mean, as a man, I cry a lot. And to come to this honesty and a form of, very deep sense of message you brought into this conversation speaks volume to what this is really about,
mm,
And suddenly it dawned on me, this coulda, woulda, shoulda conversation was meant to find us.
mm,
I had no idea that this was really shoot right straight in that experience of you coming through this whole trauma of losing your mother
mm, mm,
and finding yourself again and being reborn to discover the new you. We
mm.
all have a past, I think, we're not proud of, but then again, life goes on and it's up to you to make your life better, if not. Then, and I think
Betul.
you
Betul.
have done it. Yeah, you have done it in a way that it's not just for you now, it's for your family, the people around you. It's so important because a lot of people lost themselves and never get out of it.
It's not easy. It's not easy to you
Kan?
will it's kind of like depression, I think, grief.
Yeah, yeah,
You feel like you're in a hole.
yes.
You feel like you're
Betul.
never gonna come out of that
Yeah.
hole, right?
I
So
thought I never come out of it. I thought I
exactly,
never come out of it.
exactly. You're like, I cannot. But then I think what really helped me is just like disconnecting with everyone else around me to so that I can connect with myself. And I realized that I know I don't want to spend the next 30 or 40 years with this heaviness in my heart. No. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
understand.
that's why I'm like,
Mm-mm,
what is your goal? Like you were saying, kind, and there's an end to
mm-mm,
this life. What do I want
mm-mm,
from this life? What is my goal? What is my ultimate
mm-mm.
goal? I've done things I'm not proud of.
Yeah,
I've done this. I've hurt people in the past, but
of
I'm
course.
human. We're human. It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay to
yeah,
to to, to
yeah.
be flawed. I'm still doing mistakes right now every day. Right, I'm still doing things that I'm not
Mm-mm.
proud of. But
Yeah.
as long as you create this awareness within you that every time you did something wrong, you're like, okay, I should not have done that. So
Mhm.
you if you've hurt people, then you go and sincerely apologize, and you apologize to yourself, and you apologize to God, whatever God you believe in, you
Yeah.
apologize, and then
Yeah.
just reset yourself and say, okay, it was a
Mm.
mistake. You're human, but life goes on. Move on.
Yes. 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 Itulah kodok dan kadar sebenarnya tau. Come
But,
to
but
come to think of it kan, I macam kenapa aku buat benda ni hari ni? Like I want why the did I do this? And then I'm like mesti ada sebab ni because bila to reflect that balik kan ada benda-benda tu memang dah tertulis tau. Even with your senses, the sensibility of your sounded mind at the
mm,
time, why the hell did you do this? Kan? Contoh, macam for me,
exactly.
not you, me. How did I do this? Kan, kenapa I decided to say stuff like that to this person? Recently I had I don't say argument, it's just a bit of something triggers me. My spouse
Mm,
said something that triggers me. Aku pula jenis yang macam, oh, I will put you in your place. And then I
tiba-tiba.
would say something to put him in a place,
Mm,
and then attack dia benda-benda yang dah 10 tahun punya macam tu. Sebab
mm,
I jenis yang macam obliging. Okay?
mm,
People
mm,
pleaser ni jenis yang macam simpan. Okay, tak apa, tak apa. Tapi bila kita tersalah button, dia tersalah press the button,
mm.
I kadang tak ingat kenapa I keluar benda-benda tu.
Kena rasuk ke?
It's
Kena
legit.
no,
Dia
but
tak kena rasuk. It's just that macam aku gambar tak boleh ni. I cannot accept that.
okay,
Contohnya lah kan.
okay lah.
Oh you macam ni. Aku pun boleh cakap macam ni. Contohnya lah kan. So I put it out there just so that pada I macam nak kasih kosong-kosong.
Understand. It's the
Okay.
same for me.
I should have kept myself quiet lah contohnya. Tapi I had to say it. Tapi kan bila fikir balik, kata dah
And then
baik balik, dah
did you
faham
regret?
kan.
Did you regret?
I
Regret kan?
I regret sebab I cannot take it back.
It's out there.
Yes, both cannot take it back. Whatever the person have said, what I have said, tak boleh take it back. That's it. There's nothing physical, okay? It was just more verbal expression. Because for me, verbal expression is important because if you don't say what you mean and
Mm.
mean what you say, you're going to keep building a volcano.
Inilah
Faham
this is
kan?
this is
Faham kan?
faham.
Ah,
So this is the
faham. Yes.
problem, especially with your
Yeah.
spouse. Macam,
Yes. Yeah.
okay, so I
Even with
learned
my parents, kadang-kadang
how
pun. Macam
terkeluar
itu.
kan? Terkeluar kan?
Macam
Because you're angry.
sebab macam kita build up kita selalu macam okay respect diorang, okay respect sebab provider, respect sebab tu, tapi bila when can I come out and say what I actually feel when most of the time I say it in a very nicest way, tapi tiba-tiba when it just because I am in some level where I am not as on par of some people, they
Hmm.
can say certain thing, contohnya lah kan, that's not right to me. Macam tu je lah. So, I just have to put someone in their place. If, contohnya lah. Tapi, like I said, the damage has been done. Whatever has been said, it's not something you can take it back. Okay.
Telajak perahu, something like that.
Okay. But the point being here is, bila reflect balik, bila kita semua dah baik balik, I mean cepatlah minta maaf. Semua kan biasalah. Because
Yelah.
kita jenis yang orang macam itu kan, kita akan reflect semua, okay dah okay semua. Tapi bila fikir-fikir balik, kenapa? Ada sebab dia. Sebab again, when I mention kadar and kadar, when you said that ada benda-benda terjadi kat hidup kita ni kadang kan macam, yelah benda-benda tu dah tertulis. Dia berlaku mesti ada sebab.
True.
Sebab-sebab yang kita kadang tak tahu jawapan dia. Alif lam mim,
Yeah, betul.
We don't know until years to come ke apa ke. But then, bila dah tu macam, oh patutlah. Now we understand each other better.
Exactly.
Now, because what I said, because someone said this, it happened, I have become better person because I'm the type of person who is a perfectionist, but at the same time macam, okay, I need to just get better because this is not good for me and also other people. So, how do we turn this into motivation? Would you share a story how you transform, your wondrous regret?
I think okay.
Or into a
So
powerful, motivator for growth in your life,
but I think
especially in change.
this kind of macam ties back to the earlier conversation and the earlier part I was saying kan about macam how
Yeah.
I feel like I cannot turn back time. I have to move
Tak
forward.
boleh.
I have to.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I have regrets. I will forever have regrets. I will carry it to my deathbed. Or I carry the regrets, okay? But for me, I don't want to live with, I don't want to live with bitterness or this heaviness in my heart.
Mm-mm.
And it's not that I don't want to, it's not that I want to forget about it, because you can't, right?
Mm-mm.
And if you remember the yin yang that we were talking about at the very beginning,
Yeah.
the flip
Yeah.
side of the coin,
Yeah.
so I want to have happiness, satisfaction, and I want to feel glad. So I'm not happy with what I did in the past, but
Mm-mm.
my mistakes have turned me into a better person, someone who is more grounded, someone who actually, like you were saying, right, when in the heat of the moment, you tend to just say things that that you don't mean, but you said it anyway, so you cannot take back your words.
Mm-mm.
So right now, my motivation really in life is that I just want to be better. Like every day, I want to be better
Yeah.
every day than the day before. And so I also got into heated arguments with my husband, and I said
Of
things that
course.
were
Yeah.
very nasty, very nasty. And like, and then I always, after that, I was always go to him, and you apologize, and like
Yeah.
all, and then, but this is the thing. How do we ensure that we don't repeat this habit of or making mistakes and not learn from it and repeating the mistakes? So that's why my motivation is to become better. I will never reach perfection, will never reach the level of an angel, like tak buat any mistakes, but
Yeah.
I want to be able to, I also want people to see that I am actively trying to be better. So really,
Yeah.
that's how I motivate myself. I tell myself, you don't have much time. 40 years, 30 years is gonna fly by so fast, the same way that the past 38 years have
Mm-mm.
gone past so fast. So
Mm-mm.
you have to live every day with this goal of doing better, doing better, doing better,
Yeah.
and not think about other people. Don't use a unrealistic yardstick to
Yeah.
measure
Yeah.
your improvement. It can be gradual, and it's even better if it's gradual. So if I can just tell people out there, regardless of what has happened in the past, yes, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. You have to admit it. But you have to be at peace with it. But you
Yeah.
also have to understand, life goes on. You may feel like you are stuck, but everyone else is moving, and whether you like it or not, you have to go through life. So point forward, you just have to be better. So really, that's all I can say. It's simple for me.
Yeah.
That's my motivation in life, honestly.
Yes. Going through that, I'm sure we all have the wondering of what if. Like becoming better is always something like, okay, what if I've done this? What if
Mm.
I've not said it? I didn't say what I had needed to say. Put it out there and be like, put you in your place. Okay, kalau I tak cakap, okay, maybe the outcome is this. Kita mesti ada that thought. Though whatever have happened, like I said, it has had a reason, but the what ifs is still lingering sometimes. And for me, like, okay, kalau like I didn't say this, for example, I'm like, well, maybe we would still be like this, but I'm happier. I'm happier now because of that, I am where I am today. Tapi
Mm.
mesti nak juga to just go back and be like, kalau what if I didn't say this? Maybe things could have been different. Maybe what if? I mean, it's a nasty thing to have, but it also is a good thing for me to just reflect because part of being better is to reflect. You mentioned
True.
a lot of reflection. I
Mm.
think having a what ifs question in your head is part of the process. So how do you manage those what ifs that linger after missed opportunity or arguments or whatever you think that may have been a disruptive thing in your life and or something called unrealized dream that you think is affecting you today?
Yeah. So, I mean, what ifs. I mean, I have my own what ifs, like, in fact, I also had this, what if I didn't, what if I go to the boarding school, like, what if I would have had 5 years more with
Ah,
friends. So that is one of my biggest what if still in life. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's not. I don't regret it, but it's a what if. But
mm,
so this what if is it is part of your self reflection, definitely. But you also have to understand that it can become unhealthy.
mm-mm,
So you have to be really aware at what point does your what if this becomes toxic to yourself, to your
Yeah.
psyche. True.
Yeah.
Macam
Yeah.
I ada juga macam, what if lah this person did not spend his money or her money, and then I will not be impacted, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we also have to understand the past is the past. There's no turning back. That's one thing. You can think about it. You can like, oh, what if you can. There's no,
Yeah.
technically,
Yeah.
like, no one can say don't do that, right?
Yeah.
But just don't be, but do not be too consumed by it.
Yes.
You can have what ifs, but don't be too consumed by it. Live in the present.
Mm-mm.
That is how I manage it. Like I said, that what if of mine, the what if I had not gone to boarding school, what
Boarding
if I did,
school. Yeah.
that.
You wouldn't have that position today.
No, not
Kan?
really. We don't
Not really?
know. Okay, so
Kan? Ah.
my theory now is that boarding school does not dictate my future. I'm gonna be honest with you,
It
because
was a good school.
the school was lucky to have me. Okay?
Yes. Itulah dia.
Yeah,
I think
don't,
you were meant for each other because good and good.
don't get it twisted.
Okay, I know.
No, but
Okay, faham, faham. Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. I feel like
Yeah.
maybe if I gone to a normal daily school, tentang sekolah kampung pun okay je, settle je, because
You jadi nombor satu.
kan,
Lagi,
kan
memang you
senang.
kan jadi anak emas. Or Seri Kandi dia panggil lah. Something
You
like that lah. Homecoming. Sebab macam, wow. Tapi bila masuk sekolah pandai, emang pandai. Dia jadi
competition
sama.
tau.
Kau percaya.
The competition is so
Yes.
annoying.
This is what Michelle Obama said. Dia kata, wow, sebelum masuk Harvard tu, I
Hmm.
think she went to Harvard. Dia
Hmm.
rasa macam, wow, I'm
Sekolah
going to go to
ratu ya.
Harvard. Dia masuk Harvard, dia rasa macam dia lah paling tak pandai.
Oh, that
Macam
happened
gitulah.
to me.
Dia
Yeah.
rasa macam tu. Lepas tu dia rasa macam, susahnya because orang bukan calang-calang kan. I mean, it's difficult. Maybe that's what you're going through. That's why you had that what if, maybe.
So yeah, but my
Sebab
what
I
if,
memang tak boleh. I tak boleh orang pandai lagi daripada I. Sebab kalau I ada among them searas, I memang paling bawah.
okay, but to be honest, it punya academic achievement kan, at this point in my life lah, I say this, academic achievement is not the entire makeup of success in life, and I will say this, memanglah bunyi macam, because okay lah, fine, I achieved academic success, but I don't think
Yes.
that is the true measure of success of a person
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Because there are people that I really respect, and I say this with, I respect them, but I don't, but I don't think they would have scored like straight A's in SPM. Okay, let's be honest. But I still respect them, and I think they're doing better than me in life. Like, they're winning at life. So yeah, but coming back to the what ifs, me, if I can just maybe like advise people, it's okay. You can have your what ifs. It's, in fact, it's part of the process of becoming better, like self-reflection, right? But don't live in what ifs. Don't live in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So like that.
I like that. Yeah. Have that balance. I mean, without that balance, you would be neither there nor here,
Yeah, I
But
mean,
with that balance,
macam
kan?
for example, and like, okay, I'm jesting here, but let's say macam, so we both are married, right? You have your spouse, I have my spouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sure before your spouse, there was someone else and someone else and someone else.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think everyone, and I don't lie to me, okay? Everyone must at least have this thought passing in their head. What if?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But it's just a thought. But
It's just a thought. Yes, it's
right?
just a thought because
A passing thought, something that you think
Yeah.
about sometimes.
Yeah.
But where you are right now and who you are with right now, are you unhappy? I don't think so. I mean, I'm not unhappy.
No.
I'm very happy.
No. Yeah, yes, I am too. Yes. Even with those what ifs questions with happen with this person, I've decided to like be with this person and live in another life, in an ideal life that I wanted and stuff like that. I wouldn't deny the fact that my son is here today with me.
Exactly, because like I said, You
Yeah.
don't
No.
live in the past. What if is
Yeah.
normal, but don't let it
Yeah.
consume you. Live in the present.
Yes. I pernah satu tengok movie ni, dia tahu hidup dia dah kahwin, ada
Mm.
anak. Okay, biasalah ada masalah, ada benda, the best thing in life and the not best things in life. Suddenly kan bila dia ubah satu detik in the past, anak dia tukar tau, jadi orang lain.
Cerita
Anak dia
apa?
jadi
What movie is
I tak
this?
I tak ingat, tapi I think it
Alah.
was something Jim Carrey ke apa. I really don't remember, but I know this for sure. Bila dia ubah satu detik, dia cakap, okay, I want to take this. I tak nak masuk boarding school. Contohnya lah. I tak nak masuk university ni, but instead I want to study in the UK. Macam tu.
Hmm.
Dia ubah sikit je. Decision dia to accept or not accept. So
Hmm.
dia kata dia tak suka the fact yang dia accept masuk di school, for example, dia tak masuk, dia pergi yang sekolah satu lagi yang dia tak ambil.
Hmm.
Sebabkan decision yang dia tukar satu detik tu change his course of life
Hmm.
and gave him different children.
Hmm.
Dia tak nak, dia sampai sudah try to go back to it, yang anak dia yang sedia ada yang dia tahu. Pertama tu, dia tak nak anak.
Tapi dapat tak in the end, did he manage to like
Oh, he
revert?
managed to he reverse balik. Tapi ada cara macam mana entah. Kalau I ingat I bagi tahu. Dia tak nak juga. Sama lah kes I sekarang. Kalau I decide that life tak ada anak sekalipun ke, ada ke different wives ke, with 3 different children ke, I nak yang ni.
Because
Walaupun I marry encounter.
what?
Kalau I choose okay, maybe not. You know marry encounter or not? You tak
Yelah,
kenal?
macam no, that's so random. Okay, but let's
Walaupun my
clarify.
decision adalah I kahwin dengan Asa tu. Ha.
Tadi macam wishful lah, macam
Sebenarnya naknya
macam what if I kahwin dengan Prince Martin of Brunei, macam tu ke?
Prince Martin. Yes lah, I changed my course of my decision in the past. Dapat jadi isteri Prince Martin tu lah katalah kan. Dia tak kahwin dengan yang lawa ni. Dia kahwin dengan I. Tapi I tak nak sebab itu menidakkan kewujudan anak I. You know what I mean? Because you dah ada memory yang you pernah ada anak tu. Tapi you got to let that go in order to accept that decision you didn't take, the road not taken, and accept your new future. Tapi you ada memory yang dulu tu.
Tak boleh, because you know that despite all the imperfection,
Exactly.
you
Yes.
okay, the macam happiness and satisfaction tu is
Yeah.
unrivaled. Betul tak? Macam
Yes, betul. Yeah.
nothing will compare to the
No.
feelings macam of raising your
Yeah.
child.
Yes.
Walaupun penat lah, exhausting lah,
Of
but
course. Yeah.
nothing compares.
Yes.
Cerita
And
apa
then
ni? It's so amazing.
I rasa cerita I tak ingat, but it's a really nice story. I really like to bring movies into the conversation because banyak movies bagi kita this sort of thinking, you know, like like kan? And then why I mention it because you said about how would you appreciate some other people with different jobs, with different education. As a stay-at-home dad, as a homemaker, I never understood how housewives are struggling until I am one. Yeah. I tak pernah I wouldn't say I tak pernah value diorang. I would say I tak pernah look at them as diorang ni macam kadang-kadang just like making excuses just to want have more, pada diorang tak buat apa. Okay, maybe there are some yang tak buat apa, jenis yang macam ni macam itu biasa ada, tapi I tahu kebanyakannya contribute a lot in the household, and then diorang tak
Yes, and you're doing it. You're doing all this work for other people who may or may not appreciate.
Yes. And sampai ada yang I kenal sampai mati tak pernah get rewarded in anything. Ada. Yang terdekat, I'm macam, ya Allah, anak, and then memang full time membesarkan anak, lepas tu semua belajar tinggi-tinggi. I mean, by certain age, when they pass away, dia macam kita bergaji kan, you susah payah,
At least you
kan?
get
Tapi
something in your
you
bank
get something.
right,
Yes.
at the end of the month or
Tak
whatever.
1,000, 2,000. I mean, maybe minimum pay now 2,000. Okay, 2,000. Tak 2,000, ada orang lebih 4. 3 tengoklah whatever level they will, if they live within their means, itulah level. They get something. Tapi most housewife, suami tak cukup because family dah banyak. Cost of expenses are high. Okay, fine. Dia nak bagi macam mana kan? Tapi yang ada yang dapat lebih, bersyukurlah. Tapi even yang dapat lebih tu pun, they are going through something in their life yang macam tak macam orang pergi kerja. So,
Hmm.
when you said that you appreciate people, maybe ada orang yang do well in life and certain, that is my sentiment. I rasa macam people who our mothers are working pun sama. So, diorang macam tak dapat spend more time if they spend more time at work with their kids.
Hmm.
Kan, that's also one thing. The
Hmm.
reason I bring this conversation because benda-benda ni semua impact on our relationship tau. No matter what, or no matter what you do, no matter who you are, whether you're a housewife or a house husband, whether
Hmm.
you're working parents, benda ni will indirectly and directly impact our relationship.
For sure, betul.
Kan? We mentioned about quarrel, we mentioned about disagreements, we mentioned about discussion and thoughts and exchange of thoughts sometimes between spouses and disagreements. How have your regrets or missed opportunities really impacted your relationship and how have you navigated these challenges?
So I think for me personally, like
Yeah.
it's it my regrets have helped me to understand boundaries
Mm-mm.
even better, boundaries
Mm.
and bridges,
Mm-hmm.
because I realized, like I said, I was not a really nice person to be around with, and maybe still am not a nice person to be around with,
Yeah.
but to a lesser degree. Like
Yeah.
I realized that sometimes I burn bridges, or like my boundaries are too strict with people that I should not have too strict of a boundary lah, especially those who have loved me unconditionally. So I feel that I have to this walls that I've built around myself needs to come down to
Yeah.
very specific people.
Yes.
So especially your spouse, like you mentioned, you get into all these quarrels can with your spouse, and sometimes your anger gets the best of you and you say things that you really don't mean to say, but because you were so angry and you feel like macam I want to win this, then it creates a dent in your relationship. It has tau, macam me and my husband, I
Mm-hmm.
got into a lot of quarrels with him, tapi nasib baik because he's not the type. You see, he told this is what he said to me. He said that I almost have split personalities. Yeah, my husband told me that when I'm the real me is different
Mm.
than when I'm consumed by my anger, or I was triggered. For
Yeah.
example, it's
Yeah.
like different
Faham.
people.
Mm-mm.
So he is able to differentiate those people. He is able to. He's like, okay, when she's in that zone, she did not mean what she said. But you of course lah. Now that I realize this and I realize my shortcomings ni, every time that happen, I rasa macam, you know what, even though he knows that I don't mean it, like you said lah, I still said it. It's now
Yeah.
it's and honestly it leaves such a bitter taste in my mouth after, especially after you dah calm down and cool. You're like, oh, why did you say that? So for me, my regrets have actually flourished my relationship. So now
Mm.
I've actually rebuilt the bridges that I have burned with the people who are important to
Mm-mm.
me. So that's why itulah, the thing is macam nak cakap lah, yes, it's unfortunate that we have regrets kan, but
Mm-mm.
to be honest, there's so much blessings in disguise
Yeah.
from the regrets.
Yes. Yes.
So for me, I don't have regrets for my regrets. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. It makes total sense. In the same way that I started the conversation, I'm like, we're not going to regrets. Tapi regret is the thing to like get on with it. And you know what I mean? Get
Faham.
on means like, yeah, just go with the ride. And it's not about regrets. It's not about regret. Tapi regret is the word for us to get through it. You know what I mean?
Faham. Yeah.
Otherwise, because regret tu memang ada. I think semua orang ada. Tapi dia tak sedeep maybe for some people. Tapi in our story, punya regret ni dia punya to
Hmm.
what's beneath, you know,
Betul. Betul.
what could have been, what should have been, and what would have been.
Tapi how about yourself? Has any of your regrets been significant enough to alter your relationships in life? Ada ke?
Oh, I couldn't get to it because of the existence of my son is everything to me.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Because without this relationship, I wouldn't have him. That's all I'm
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
saying.
Okay.
Okay,
Faham.
I think you know what I mean. I think a
Faham
lot of
sangat.
people who knows me know what I mean. That path not chosen or that road not taken is something that would be an ideal path for me, but I would never be in peace if I have chosen that life.
I see what you mean.
Yes, okay. Now, having said that, I may not be entirely happy about my choices, but at the same time, I never understood what peace means. Because if I have chosen that life, I would never be in peace in another sense, not in just faith, not in just relationship with families and the people around me and where the country that I'm from. But it is also about like, mana lah, apalah orang ni buat, apalah orang tu buat, apalah dia buat, tak boleh tidur, kind of thing. Like obsessing about, you know, if this person is cheating on you and stuff like that. Obsessing about, basically it's just physical attributes. Like
Yeah.
when when you're obsessed with something, you're like, tak boleh. Tapi this relationship in particular give me a lot of peace and just like, okay lah, whatever, I am committed to it. Yes, I am. I may not be the perfect person to be with, but at the same time, I'm committed. This is another thing that I have to tell you that I have learned about love comes in different forms. Love doesn't necessarily mean the passionate, the forever kind of love you see on TV.
Macam it's not like burning, macam it's not like a fire constantly
Not
burning
fire, not passion
2000
and
degrees macam tak
spicy.
ada.
Benda tu kan I learn is very temporary and very, very not sustainable.
Penat pun macam every day you nak kena be passionate.
Sekejap. And then in the end dia selalu gaduh lagi daripada argument. Dia gaduh ni gaduh yang jealous, gaduh yang tak tentu pasal, yang macam gaduh je lah sampai sudah. Sebab dia macam you cakap tadi kan, kita orang semua we all have been there. Before we got married, most of us ada orang sebelum. And most of it sebelum tu yang kita punya first love. Kadang yang first love tu cut the deepest, betul?
Definitely. So tak tahulah kenapa the thing with macam first love ni. So macam
Yes. It's not just for me, my spouse and a lot of people I know, first love memang buat dia orang into the dumb hole,
Yelah, because kan. Oh, besar. I hate first love.
Okay. So now I'm talking about love. When I mentioned two things, piece about love tadi kan, I rasa macam to answer your question, I cannot regret it because without that, I would deny the existence of my son. To deny his existence is to deny everything that I have today. No, I would never go back to that. Even tak tahulah, Allahu A'lam, I cannot, I tak berani because God works in mysterious ways. Apa yang ujian you hari ni tak sama dengan apa you akan diuji 10 tahun, 15 tahun akan datang.
Betul.
I learn the more pride I have about something, the harder the ujian will be.
I see. So you want to maintain macam this level of macam, I would say,
I have to live with I have to live with humility. I really have to because kalau I bangga, sombong, riak, taksub, semua tu ada dalam diri I sekarang ni kan. My life will go rolling down in the deep and be like, I will question everything macam, didn't I just say that, I should be like this, I am like this, I'm better than you. Tapi Allah pusing dunia I and show that you're not better than, whatever. I'm God. God is trying to tell me sometimes that, you're not God. I am.
Betul, true. Like macam you're just human being, know your place.
Yes.
God yang macam know your place.
I suka bagi orang put in their place. Dalam kisah hidup, I think God has always tried to show his place to me. Again, I'm going to go back to because I'm a person of faith. I believe in it. I believe in Allah. I believe in the journey of Islam. I believe in my afterlife. I really do. Kalau tak, I tak pilih jalan ni. Walaupun I rasa ada seksa, ada rasa macam tak seronok, tapi I rasa ada tenang.
So, itulah. I mean, okay.
Tu je I have to say. Orang akan ada orang disown I for the life I choose today. Tapi
Why? Why would they?
Because they think this is not who I am. This is not me. This is not, I'm not being myself. I'm not this, I'm not that. It doesn't matter what you think. What matters is what I think, what this relationship does for us.
Exactly. It's your life. It's your life.
Exactly. And I choose this life. I must say, masa mula-mula dulu, bila you tanya I soalan ni, I teringat satu benda. I didn't do it because of, okay, benda-benda lain tu maybe asbab. sebab dia untuk I decide tu. Tapi I ingat, I cakap to me and her, I said, this is for Allah. I'm not going to do it for love or anything that I wouldn't even admit that it's going to be very dishonest of me, very untrue to say that I'm in love. Yes, I'm in love with her now because I learned that with what we went through, I learned to love. Yes, but it's not the love I see on TV.
Okay, it's not okay. Let's just I know macam, you know what? It's not Hollywood love that
Hollywood love,
people
yeah,
have been selling us what love looks like. Sebab it's always
yeah.
macam Hollywood punya brand. Kan, betul tak?
Sebab itu ideal. It's ideal to a lot of people. It's what we want. Tapi bukan semua orang dapat tu. A fraction of the world, just like a billionaire kat dunia ni, 1% je.
But even then, you look at when Angelina Jolie got married to Brad Pitt, I thought, oh my God, this is what perfection
Exactly.
love in perfection form. This is it. But no.
No,
No.
exactly.
Kan?
Kai kahwin dengan Prince pun kata. He's gonna marry another 2, 3 or 4.
Itu kalau marry, yang dia tak marry,
Okay, yang tak marry tu pun ada. Of course, itu berpuluh-puluh lah.
Nampak yang official.
And I as a first wife or second ke, yang kena letak kat London ke, kat New York ke, kan yang kena jumpa dia setahun sekali. Lepas tu I tak boleh dengan orang lain.
Betul.
I kena tunggu dia once a year. Tak boleh, I cannot.
Exactly, balik Malaysia tak boleh.
Balik Malaysia tak boleh. Okay, tu satu hal. But imagine, katalah kan, I have to live with it. I don't think I can. Nasib baik I bukan perempuan.
It's a
Maybe
lonely
perempuan...
life. It's a lonely life. Do you want that life tak? Kan? I mean, I don't.
I tak nak. Kan lah, kita cakap tadi lah, ideally memang lah macam, wow, bestnya I kahwin dengan Prince, handsome.
Kan, macam Birkin, kan, bersusun Birkin.
Bersusun, asal dapat duit, tak apalah dia nak buat apa. Boleh. I mean, some people can live with that. I don't think I can.
It's not sustainable, I don't think. Like you said, there's a hollowness tau in that. That's a hollowness in that lifestyle, I think.
Before we end this conversation, yes, I want to tell you something. But as a man, I'm as a man juga. Kan I lelaki, memang I lelaki. Tapi maksud I, dalam fasad I as a man, I rasa, I faham kenapa lelaki boleh banyak-banyak.
Kenapa? Tell me. Tell me. I want to know.
Sebab diorang ni jenis yang one-minded. Because I'm one-minded, but I also have other things I want. Tapi maksud I, man ni dia nak more kepuasan diri dia je. Dia, you know what I mean? Dia tak macam... Okay, kita tak boleh generalizekan benda ni because ada perempuan yang macam tu juga. Yang boleh ramai-ramai. Ada.
Oh my God.
Ada. Because this is a woke culture. I tak berani nak generalize and macam ni laki macam ni, perempuan macam ni. I tak berani because Allah buat macam-macam jenis. Ada orang macam ni, ada orang lain breed lain. Okay. Tapi I faham kebanyakannya perempuan boleh stick to one man because dia devoted, because dia dengan fahaman agama or anything lah related to that. Dia memang jenis one man woman. Ada dia macam tu. Tapi lelaki memang lumrah, kebanyakan lelaki lumrah. Meaning maybe 60% lelaki macam ni. Maybe 40 dan now dah 50 kot. 50% of real men, not that others are not real. Diorang memang kadang-kadang in the thought, some manifest their thoughts, some didn't. Yang manifested their thought, diorang boleh lah 2-3 bini, cheating ke, in open relationship, anything lah, whatever that fits their needs. And whatever is okay to their relationship. Because kalau I sebut pasal agama, ada yang boleh, ada yang tak boleh, kan?
Yelah. Yep.
So we're not going there. So yang dibolehkan tu because ada sebab-sebab dia lah. Dia anak ada bapa dan sebagainya. Tapi yang dia tak bolehkan ni when you have 4 wives and 20 more mistresses.
Exactly.
Kan? Itu tak boleh. So that one I don't know what's going on in the reality out there, but I know benda-benda macam ni it's happening. So going back to regret. I did not regret the things I did in the past or the things that I will do, I would say. Tapi I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it either.
Understand.
Yeah. So my ultimate regret, if it's denying the existence of my son, then I would take a step back and move away from regret. That's it.
Because the other regrets are not considered regrets, kan? Macam
Ah,
when in comparison to having, your son in your life, nothing
yeah,
else is considered regret, betul tak? Because that is your
betul.
ultimate regret.
Yes,
Understand?
yes, yes, exactly. And even if today, if I did not decide to further my studies, go move to another country to just have another experience of studying or working, ke apa ke, for me to not be with them is a regret.
I see.
If I don't get to bring them with me because I cannot afford it, for example, because it's too expensive, because people don't get scholarships anymore, and I cannot fund myself. Even if I can fund myself, I would not invest in such a thing because, like you said, education is not the measure to success.
Not.
It
I
is a ticket to somewhere. It is something to be proud of. Yes, it is a
yes.
ticket to get a job and whatever, but it is not a measure. So, I would rather focus on his well-being uh, and his future. And I think my duty now is to make sure that not just me, yang do
Mm-hmm.
well in life, but
Mm-hmm.
also them, especially my son. Because kalau I tak dapat provide dia space to become someone yang responsible. Remember you told me you
Mm.
want them to raise them to be functional.
Betul, betul.
Kan anak-anak you raise them with the niat to be. I think that is my goal too. Now that I reflect to our conversation in the first season, I feel like important for me to siapkan Ryan jadi orang. Boleh
Betul,
pergi kerja, boleh
betul.
dapat sara hidup dia. Kita tak harapkan dia untuk untuk beri balasan, but
No, no.
I would expect dia boleh jaga I kalau
Sakit.
sakit ke apa. Bertanggungjawab lah ke atas ibu bapa dia. That's it. I'm not asking for anything, but I don't expect that either. Tapi maksud I would have hoped at least
Betul, betul,
he would
betul.
be responsible of me the way that I would be responsible of my parents.
Betul.
As far as it goes. Yeah.
Betul. That's all that you can hope for. Sama with my children. Now that I mean,
Mm.
my children are not me. I come to realization, and in terms of macam dia punya drive to study all that. They're not like me, even though they came from my womb. So
They're different person. They're a different person, right?
yes. So what can I
Yeah.
do? I'm here
Tak boleh.
as,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm a support function saja. Honestly, in their life, but it's my
Yeah.
responsibility. But you cannot. What else can you hope for from them? Let's say diorang nak buang I masa I dah tua pun, okay, what to do, betul tak?
Tak apa, betul.
Kan?
Oh, I had the same thing too because I rasa macam kalau Ryan macam ni kan, macam you know what? We had this conversation because I keep putting up Christmas tree. Mama cakap dah lah. I mean, you're getting old. I
Ada
mean,
lagi. Ada ke Christmas
ada,
tree tu?
ada besar, and I'm like, I just want to make use of it. It has nothing to do with me being Christian or anything. I
Mhm.
don't worship the tree. I don't, and stuff like that. I understand the confusion it will give to Ryan, for example. Tapi it's just, for me, it's just decoration. Okay,
Mm-mm.
fine. Okay, tak apalah. I know it's wrong. But the point being here is, I told my mother that, my mama cakap, nanti satu hari nanti dia masuk agama Kristian ko, dia jadi macam tu. I cakap, Ma, okay, I don't want that to happen. Please don't pray such a thing for him. But I think if the things I cannot control, maybe I would be a different person in the future. But as for today, I told her this. I'm gonna accept him with love.
Hmm.
I've seen people who gaduh pasal satu benda, tak
Hmm.
jumpa, putus sampai sudah. Some of my friends yang lari kan, mak bapak disown diorang. I macam, my parents can do that to me too,
Yeah, I mean, hello Asian parents, not
Yes.
impossible. We know that because we're
Ah,
Asians.
but but they didn't. My
Hmm.
dad gave me so much love and accept me for who I am. Without a doubt, I tell you, even my in-laws tak pernah question the things that that they think I am or whatever.
Baguslah
Just
your
because
in-laws.
I'm different. Itu yang I cakap, itu yang I cakap, I respond back to my mom. I said the only thing I would do as a parent, I akan doa kesejahteraan dia whatever happened to him, dia akan dapat balik ke jalan yang benar or lurus, to
Betul.
my definition of lurus and benar in my faith,
Hmm.
and hopefully he find himself in that journey and will come back to Kalau tak pun sekalipun, daya I berdoa je, betul tak? Berserah pada Allah je supaya Allah uruskan untuk kita.
Because
Tapi,
betul, what else can you do?
ah,
You
what else
takkan
can you do?
takkan you
Exactly.
even if you chain him dekat rumah you, if he does not
Yes.
trust me, humans,
Yes.
okay, humans, they
Yes.
have their
Human. Yeah.
human, mana boleh. I
So,
completely agree.
apa kita boleh buat? Just show, accept them with love. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to accept someone that is against your belief. Ryan is totally the opposite of me. This could have, should have, and would have been for me. I never thought Ryan turned out to be the opposite of me.
Is that right?
Yes, Alhamdulillah that he's, banyak from his mother is teaching a lot of religious values and stuff. But I want him to have that balance juga lah. So kadang-kadang saja je lah akan introduce him to this and that. Oh Ryan, do you like English or Malay? Because
Mm,
he's born kan in English. English is his first language.
mm.
Malay is his second. Ever since we moved to Malaysia, he's wanted to adapt to people here in the school. Dia kena cakap Melayu lah kan.
Yelah.
So dia macam rasa English tu was like making orang pulau dia apa semua. Dia jadi tak suka tau.
I see.
And I don't want him to lose that too. I want him to have the best of both.
Betul,
So I always communicate English. Tapi sekarang dia tak nak dah. So I pun
Dia cakap
kadang-kadang
Melayu
sajalah
ke?
question dia.
Dia
Cakap
cakap
Melayu je.
Melayu.
Saya cakap lah.
Wah.
Do you like English or Malay? Only Malay. No, I don't like English. Do you like America or Malaysia? Malaysia. I don't like America.
Oh my god, really?
Do you like English or Malay? Dia jawab, I love Jawi.
Why?
Tak tahu. Lepas tu dia bahasa Jawi. Tiba-tiba, do you like Malaysia or something? I want to go Saudi. Dia nak pergi Mekah.
Okay.
You
Oh,
like
it's
Christmas
really
or Hari
sweet.
Raya? This is just a play of words. I'm not trying to convert or anything. I'm just saying, do you like
Tahu lah.
Christmas or...
Yelah, biasa
Ha.
dah ni.
Okay, do not take this out of context. Do you
No,
like
no, no, no.
Christmas or Hari Raya? Hari Raya. Dia tak nak. He's against everything that I know. I'm trying not to impose him anything, but that I've been. It's part of my life too, kan? It has been part of my upbringing that I don't want to impose him anything. Tapi cuma it's just for the fun of it lah. Lepas tu, tu lah the opposite. For now, I tak tahu in the future macam mana. Tapi I kecil-kecil dah ada karakter tu. Yes, karakter you sekarang, I rasa karakter you masih sama dengan masa I kenal you masa kita kecil. So I rasa karakter Ryan ni dah karakter dia bila dia besar juga tau. Because I tak pernah ubah karakter I masa I kecil hingga I sekarang.
Same. You're the same.
I am the same, exactly. I have been the same. I have changed. I have adopted some of orang kata cultures and habits that I learn macam you belajar overseas kan, ada benda-benda you pick up kan?
Yelah.
Itu biasa lah.
Yelah.
Tapi kita punya core foundation of who we are, it's still the same. So I reckon whoever that Ryan is trying to show me today is him in the next 20 years. So I dah macam anticipate, okay lah, dia macam ni, okay. I'm okay with it.
Tak apa lah. I mean, because dia pun, I mean, whether you are macam Western inclined ke, you are macam Malay inclined ke, to me it doesn't matter. For me personally lah kan, because that's just his preference. Dia juga cakap Melayu. Jadi, as long as, he is a son yang macam, yang memang baik, yang macam, yang functional, I don't think it's an issue lah. Biarlah dia.
Yes, betul.
Okay. Even though dia tak suka Spice Girls, it's okay.
Dia tak suka Spice Girl. Ada satu buku tu, buku Ship tau, warna pink ke apa tau. Cakap, this is your it was his mom's book, dapat as a gift for a girl lah kan. I don't want it. This for girl.
Oh yeah?
Okay. But I told him it's just the cover. You can still use all the insights to put your sticker book, stickers in there. It's a sticker book. I don't want it because it's a girl. Okay lah.
Does he ever ask you macam about macam?
Ada. Dia pernah kadang-kadang mama.
Ya ke?
Lepas macam, budak ni pandai dah. So I had a conversation with my cousin recently. Again, this is coming to like what could have, should have. Okay, the regrets.
You can edit out. You can edit out.
You know what? As I said, Ryan will grow up to become a person that I anticipate to be the opposite of what I am. Maknanya macam whatever I believe in, Maybe rasa macam all this mix of cultures and identities and stuff like that are very open with something. Apparently, Ryan has seen to be very, very structured to one concept.
I see.
Eh?
So his,
Okay,
his
so bila dia
inclination. Okay, faham.
dia macam gitu. Dia A dia kena A, B
Mm,
dia
mm,
kena B. Sekarang ni I rupa A,
mm,
tapi attitude I B.
mm, mm, mm,
Okay, patut B, attitude B lah. Dia
mm,
punya shadow kena B.
mm, 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 mm,
Tapi shadow I B.
mm,
I
mm,
punya
mm,
gambar, I punya physical A. Dia dah start pick up tau. So I macam cakap dengan my cousin, I said, would Ryan accept me
mm.
as as a dad? Because kita tengok orang macam ada chef kat Malaysia tu macam ni kan.
Mm.
Adalah, dia ada
Yelah, yelah.
certain celebrity identity macam gitu kan.
Mm, mm,
Ada
mm.
anak. Dia orang okey je. Tapi again, I tak boleh sama compare dia orang dengan anak I because dia orang different people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tapi my cousin said one thing. Love is love.
True.
If he
True.
loves you, he will find ways to accept you for who you are because you are his dad. And no matter what you are, or who you will become, or whatever, I think love will be the greatest thing that would be for Ryan.
I think personally,
What do you think?
for me kan,
Oh.
macam Ryan ni, dia, okay, I don't know what will happen in the future lah. Tapi macam for me, best case scenario is that I think there will come a point yang dia akan macam, okay, other people's father is not like mine. And then
Oh,
he will start to maybe have dissatisfaction. I don't know. But
itulah dia.
ultimately, what I think he will come to a realization yang macam, hey, my father did his duties. My father performed his fatherly duties to me, to his best macam to his best lah. So I think he will grow up to be a very centered man. That he's masculine in that sense, kan, macam has very masculine attributes, but he will also be very kind to those who are less masculine because he has seen masculinity in not the traditional form. You know what I mean?
Yeah, faham.
So I think that is my doa for him lah, and I hope that
I hope so too.
because
I risau. I rasa macam if he doesn't accept me, he's gonna like probably stay away from me and probably be like, tak sangka macam ni. You know what I mean? The truth you found about your dad or something like that.
I think itulah macam
Takut. That's my fear now. Like I may lose him.
I hope you won't lose him lah. I think because he has to see lah macam all that you have done for him, the sacrifice that you made, and macam like you were saying how everything else is not considered missed opportunity because he is your ultimate, I would say, my topmost priority in life.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, there are a lot of masculine men out there, despite being masculine, do not consider their offsprings to be their top priority. Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot. Yeah.
So I mean, for Ryan, I really hope, and I dua for him that he will see like the commitment that you have shown, the sacrifices that you have made, and despite you not being the traditional, quote unquote,
Yes.
traditional man, you have performed your duties.
Yes, betul. The first time I heard he said the word, dia dalam kereta dengan my mom. Lepas tu I kunci rumah, pintu, I keluar, untuk tutup automatic tu I lari lah macam tergedik-gedik sikit. Nak pass the gate. I tak dengar dia cakap. Tapi dia cakap kat my mom dalam kereta tu.
Ya ke?
Gitu. Lepas tu mama tengok dia, mama terkejut lah. Ryan 6 tahun dah tahu dah.
Mana dia
That word. 7 tahun ke masa tu baru sekolah. Sekolah lah ni. Lepas tu mama cerita kat I dan Mat, dia panggil awak. Dia tak pernah cakap macam ni. Macam ni dia tahu perkataan tu. So he kind of know what it is now. Imagine when he learn the word. Imagine when he learn the word nanti kan. As you get older. Apa nanti. I rasa he will like, ini macam gambaran ayah saya. You know. And imagine the things he would talk to his friends. Itu yang macam I mean, we live in a conservative town. Tapi macam to a certain extent, how far can we survive like this? Because eventually Ryan will grow.
Yelah.
He will have his friends and he will, maybe if he carry his mom punya traits, dia tak akan jenis bercerita sangat kat orang lah. Kalau dia ikut. Tapi kalau dia ada perangai sikit, jenis yang macam pretty open to share certain thing, I don't share everything unless it's private. Tapi even to you kan, even in a private conversation to you, I would open up a little bit. Betul tak?
Betul lah.
So I have to expect that lah when Ryan dah besar.
Mm-mm.
So benda ni I kena ni lah, macam anticipate lah juga, macam brace myself and just feel like okay, he would talk about it, he would probably share some information with his good friends and stuff like that. But whether or not orang lain, I mean at this point of my life I couldn't care what people think of me, let alone my marriage or anything, because like you said, it's not traditional but it's functioning.
Betul.
Kan?
Betul.
Kan? For
Betul.
us, for now, tak tahu 5 tahun, 10 tahun akan datang macam mana. Tapi masih lagi functioning. Alhamdulillah nak masuk 10 tahun dah. Tapi tak tahu macam mana in the future. But I'm just saying, it's functioning. Tapi orang lain nak kata apa, no marriage is perfect.
People punya image of a perfect marriage is hello, siapa yang baca some celebrities divorce, I can't remember. A lot of
ni.
so I can honestly, to me,
itulah
marriage, you until you have gone through it, you're in no position, and unless you feel like your marriage is super perfect, you're in no position to talk about this lah.
Betul. And then I stopped psychoing myself, thinking that I am not a good person, I'm a bad of a husband or a dad, and I'm not normal like my neighbors, like, or any other marriages I see outside outside my marriage ke, contohnya kan, tengok orang lain, bila I dapat tahu yang dia orang pun ada their own struggle, I rasa macam then again we all have.
Yeah, betul. It's just
We all
different
have
form. It's just different
problems. Yeah, different form, different issues, different style, different level, a lot of things different. Maknanya bukan I saja bukan nak rasa bersyukur atas kesusahan orang lain. Maknanya okay lah, we're not alone. That's why my motto on He podcast is you're not alone. No matter what you feel in your head, you felt so bad about how you felt like about your relationship with your mother contohnya.
Yeah.
But you're not alone. I pun pernah macam tu. Kadang terlepas dengan my mom pernah ada a few times, and I feel like I nak lari. I have mistreated, and then I can be mean sometimes, and Iza said I'm fake. Because dia dah kahwin dengan I, kadang tahu lah kan, fake macam tu. Yelah, I mean takkan I nak pretend, takkan I nak jadi diri I. Orang tak boleh terima. Kenalah fake behaviour.
Yelah, takkanlah kita nak macam
takkan nak tu Ustaz cakap dah. Sebab itulah kadang you nampak I fake kadang-kadang. Sebab kalau I jadi diri sebenar, you wouldn't like it. Lepas tu kan sekarang keep continuing being fake because it's better. It's better.
I like your fakeness.
Your fakeness is there's a reason for that. Okay, now I know why. Aku kalau nampak
menggigil
I lupa. Aku macam shit. Kantor tu kantor sendiri macam tu. The best part is that she is so accepting of that, and I love it for that. I love the fact that, I mean, we are so different in so many ways. Tapi a lot of people say that bukan susah nak jumpa orang yang boleh terima, especially me,
So it's God, macam it's really God's gift lah to have macam Fiza and also your son
kan? So that's why I tak boleh nak even say the word when you ask me that. I macam regret apa. I could have chosen that life and not be in peace with myself. I may be happy with my chosen life. Some people can be at peace with it because dia tak ada rasa sense of faith to something.
You really, is it peace? I mean, I don't. Okay, I think
I tak tahu kalau you tak ada rasa agama tu, maybe tak aku.
Even if you tak ada agama pun, humans are, I think it's ingrained in us tau, macam this, we will always macam ada this tie to our parents and family, regardless of whatever. Gaduh macam mana pun, you will always have this tie, and you will always
yes.
So
yes.
especially me kan, having lost my mother now kan, I macam seriously, I feel that macam you can say lah macam, oh, your parents disown you ke apa, cannot accept you sebab your
Hmm.
sexuality ke whatever, tapi
Hmm.
it's impossible for you to macam live a life yang completely isolated from
Yes,
your parents.
yes. Of course, I'm not entirely. I'm happy here, but I'm not entirely happy also. But alhamdulillah, I am content. But at the same time, macam I cakap dekat dia boleh faham sangat bila I cakap I tak akan tenang kalau I have chosen that life.
Hmm.
Dia faham because dia kata ada family, you kena kadang bukan agama je dia cakap. It's not actually religion. It is religion to top it off as a
Betul, betul,
cream
betul.
kan,
Mm-mm.
paling asas tu, tapi sebenarnya is the family, parents. Lagi-lagi kita yang baik dengan dia orang.
Betul,
Kita
and
yang
betul,
tak
betul.
boleh, I
Tak
tak boleh.
boleh. And dia bukannya, it's not just about us tau. It's actually about the people who
Yes.
yang macam love us the most. Parents,
Yes.
family, itu je.
Yeah,
So,
betul,
at the
betul.
end of the day for me kan, if you want to, okay lah, quote and quote sin, you sin lah
Yeah.
in private, you sin lah. Tapi
Yes,
payah
yes.
macam,
Tak
you jangan
payah
sampai
advocate to people.
advocate
Advocate to
satu
people.
hal. You jangan sampai they implicate your parents. Tu je.
Yes,
Betul tak?
betul.
For me
I
lah.
agree. I totally agree. Walaupun diorang accept, tapi because
Kesian.
diorang sekeliling dia yang tak accept, so mau cucu.
You know, at that age macam sedih lah, anak tak ada, lepas tu anak jauh, and then macam kena kutuk
Itu
dengan society.
exactly.
Kesian
So
parents.
that was the thing I wanted to avoid so much. Hence the decision I think led me to what I have today. And
Faham.
I am alhamdulillah with the grace of God. I think I wrote in my post kan. I mean I'm so sorry if I haven't seen any posts of yours because I memang tak tengok recently I social media detox kan. I took a break. I
Mm-mm-mm.
tak tengok social media, I tak tengok apa. I mean I rasa macam lega lah sekejap. Tak apa tak get into this
Faham.
kan because I kind of needed that. But if I'm back to the podcast nanti next year, I would have to because I need to understand certain things in order
Keep up
to
with the
keep up with
all
the
the news kan.
yes. But what I'm saying here is I think recently I posted about that. I
Hmm.
said about like acceptance of certain things, but it's always a respect to other people too.
Faham. Faham.
It's important to respect orang lain punya ni. Being selfish is one thing. It's what self love ni macam selfish tapi is one thing. But you got to respect juga orang lain. Dia tak boleh buta-buta you tanpa fikirkan orang lain.
So itulah, I mean, sebab kita dah tua tau, so that's why we have this wisdom in us. Tapi budak-budak kecil Gen Z semua, it's all about me, and I don't
Ya.
blame them sebab I feel like I was that once. Faham tak?
Kita pelopor dia sebenarnya. kita kita pelopor, lepas tu kita juga dia punya bukan waris, kita yang pelopor lah basically the legacy of this. Lepas tu bila orang bila kita punya generation ke bawah buat, kita pula macam terkena tempias tu.
Yelah.
Tapi it's good to have self love, understanding your journey and feel like the need to not care so much what other people think.
Betul.
But I think if you take that out of context
Mm-mm.
without realizing the importance of silaturahim and the importance of, you know where I'm going.
Faham.
I think if you take that too far and out of context, it can do harm. Just in the same way when you answer me pasal what ifs tu, jangan let that what if take you out of place. Yeah, consume you and eat you alive.
Sebab itu toxic. I agree.
Yes, exactly. Now, what are the words of wisdom you hold on to? What are your advice to anyone dealing with this? What words of wisdom or advice do you hold on to when dealing with regret or the fear of missing out on opportunities?
So I think I broke it down to 3 lah. For missed opportunities, the mantras that I live by guys is chance favor the prepared. You know, chance favors the prepared. So you got to do your
Mhm.
best. You got to do
Yeah.
your best, let go and let God. So
No, yeah.
you do your best, you come prepared. If it doesn't go your way, it's okay. You learn your lessons, and you know what you do. You just keep on repeating the process, because really improvement is the sum of small efforts. Success is the sum of small efforts. So don't think of missed opportunities as something for you to regret. essentially,
Yeah.
but think of it as, you know what, it's okay. It will lead to something better. So let go and
Mm.
let God.
Yeah. And my dad used to tell me this too. Do your best, God will do the rest.
Yes, that's a tagline.
Kan?
Betul. That's
Uh,
so true.
yeah. It's almost similar kan. Macam you just do your best and then I think God will do the rest. And in the same way that if you feel like, you have come to a point in your life that, oh my God, I missed it. Life happened and I think other opportunities will come. One window closed, it opens another or something.
And you know
Yeah.
what? So to be honest, now that I'm old, I feel that yes, you at that point in time you really want that window, right? You feel like, oh, this window is for me. But you lack the wisdom tau at that point to see that that is not the right window for you. You know what I
Should
mean?
you jump or not? Yeah. Yes,
Uh,
of course.
uh,
Yeah. And there's a lot of windows in front of me at this point of my life. I didn't jump.
it's
I
okay.
just I decide to like just stay in this room. I love it here.
Which is
Tapi bila
also
dia
which is also fine. You can
I
not
say,
jumping. It's
no,
also a choice. It's your
yeah,
choice. It's your life.
exactly. It's my choice. I'm okay with it. Although a lot of people, like tell me you should jump, get out of it. Okay. And then what happens after I jump? You pernah tengok Nemo tak? Lepas dia jump, masuk dalam plastic bag ke laut. Lepas tu tak boleh keluar daripada plastik tu.
Banyak masalah kan? Lagi banyak
Lepas tu dia
masalah.
macam, lepas tu semua orang macam, oh, they didn't think that
What
after
will
they
happen
jump,
next?
what will happen next. Dia tak fikir yang dia bila dah masuk dalam plastik tu tak ada orang boleh buka. That is exactly the situation is for a lot of people. I mean, yes, we are scared to take decision of something and jump out of the window. And then bila dah jump baru fikir. Because to some people, they think bila dah jump, opportunity lain pula akan jadi. Mati, tak mati, yang penting you dah jump. Ada orang fikir pendek.
Betul.
Okay, fine. I understand that sentiment too, and I'm okay with that if people decide to do so. But in my situation, I decided not to jump.
You
I
decide
got so many windows.
you're okay. You're okay with the aquarium. You don't need to go into a
I
plastic bag.
love. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm okay with my palette. I'm okay in this. I'm okay being the prisoner of my own palace. I'm fine with it for now.
You're not like Rapunzel lah. Macam
No,
Rapunzel
no.
Rapunzel
Like,
needs to go out.
yeah. Okay, Rapunzel just sneak out a little bit kan. Sometimes I sneak out lah. Bayar balik. Dia jumpa prince dia kan. Tapi I balik.
Rapunzel sih. Rapunzel pun.
Dia tak balik. Dia tak balik kan. Dia tak balik. Aduh. Ataupun maybe Beauty and the Beast. Like, I feel like being here can change something.
Meaning that your Belle walk into the
Belle kan rasa macam bila dia trade herself into the castle, she
mm.
felt like dia boleh change the person, which
Okay.
she did. I think maybe that's more the narrative that I am in today. Not necessarily the word beast. A beast as a person. So they change the other person in that situation. Macam tu. Atau diri dia, because she learned. Belle
Mm.
learned to accept the fact that she had to let something go.
Hmm. So
Kan?
yeah,
Dia let
because
ah
Belle is very talented and she was sought after.
ah
Siapa nama that guy who macam memang was
Gaston. Yeah,
something lah that guy.
Gaston, yeah.
Uh,
Anak kat dia.
but dia macam no, I'm not gonna this. I'm not. She does not, macam if you think about it, she also missed out an
Mm,
opportunity to live a simpler life kot. Tapi no, they would
yes.
rather go into the beast punya castle
Yes.
to save her father. And what
Yes.
she did is she improved the life of others.
Yeah, and I think if you realize this too, if you notice this, dia pun actually improved for herself. She learned about
Betul.
a lot about her that I actually like this life. Itu yang dia decide to not go back to her life, like this the life that she had before B.
So it's you lah, it's you, so you pick.
Contohnya lah.
Tak okay
Ah,
lah.
ah,
Tapi I think
ah.
that's an apt
Tapi for me
description
yang
of your
tu,
life
yeah,
lah. Macam tu. You're
yeah,
not Rapunzel. No, tak.
yeah, no. Rapunzel pun ada, maybe Beauty and the Beast pun dia suka tidur. Semua adalah, semua. Mulan pun ada, Mulan.
Tiba.
Apa lagi? Aurora. Ni, Mermaid pun ada. Semua lah. Semua
Kenapa?
nak aku balun. Aduh, hai, jauh kita pergi.
Okay.
Now, you just said to me the beautiful context of wisdom that we just shared. Beautifully said, Sid. Now, before we end the conversation, what are your hopes and dreams for yourself, for your family, for the future, both personally and professionally? And how do you plan to move forward with a positive
Yeah.
and proactive outlook in your
Really, all that I want for my life right now. So I say I
Mhm,
think I have 30 years. I don't know, but I think statistically I should have 30 years, but you don't know, right? 30 to
mhm,
40 years. So for me, you know, I just want to die as a person who have improved day by day. That's all. Professionally and
mhm.
personally, that's all. Like I don't have like a goal to like by 75 I will have this much in my bank, whatever. I mean I do have, but it's for sustainability, right? Macam
Oh, you have a lot. I know you have.
tak ada, tidak. No, no, no. The thing is, it's about sustainability. Sakit
Ah,
nak bayar. Benda-benda macam tu. It's not macam I will bring it. Tak ada lah. Idak dia. Tak ada.
ini
Idak. Tidak, tidak. Tidak, tidak. Anak
okay,
tiga
okay,
lah.
okay.
Anak ramai.
Okay, sorry. Sorry,
Okay,
go
so
on.
so
Sorry.
you
Yeah.
potong kan that part.
Potong, potong.
So I don't have much. I mean I don't have a meaning to say that not by the year seven by the age 75 I want to drive a Lambo. No, no, nothing like that. I think
Boleh,
to
boleh,
to
boleh.
the constant improvement. Just want to die honestly without regrets of not improving myself lah. But I also hope that I still have regrets, even on daily basis. But just that in the past it used to paralyze me, you know.
Mhm,
But now I
mhm,
feel that I've somewhat developed a tool. So I hope that going forward ni I can have a shorter downtime lah. Every time I did something wrong, I wouldn't wallow too much in it. I wouldn't be stuck in that hole for too long. So it's a shorter downtime for me. And just want to be kind. That's all. I just want to be a kind person, living the rest of my life.
mhm,
And how to achieve that? I think we talk about mantras, tapi one mantra, and it's really simple, and I feel that
mhm.
it's worked for me so far, is just to say to myself, it's okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can you can be sad, you can grieve if you have to, like don't beat yourself too much about it. If you think that you need help, professional help, go ahead. You have to go through the process of being sad, because
yeah.
of the regrets or missed opportunities, whatever. You have to. You're a human being. That's some downtime that you need, but don't take too long. Just know that whatever remaining time we have left on this earth, it's not just for us, it's for also for those who depend on us, our family, parents, our children. I mean, that's all I
Mhm.
have. Yeah.
Very nice. Well said. Wow, I think this conversation is ever so meaningful and the first recording I've had during my break, and it's really is a much needed conversation for me because I don't want to live with regret, and
Hmm.
I want to be able to carry on with life with in peace and with love and not hold back to what could have been, what should have been, and what would have been. And I think this journey has brought us to where we are today. I think you've shared such a wonderful story with me, very true and honest in the most beautiful way that I think your tears have give meaning to me with such sincerity. I can feel that in my bones, and I'm glad that you've opened up to me in that way.
Hmm.
And I know it's hard for you to be vulnerable in this sense, and I know being vulnerable, especially publicly, isn't something that we all have taught to do. But I think in this journey, people who are struggling to find themselves, if they know that vulnerability isn't a weakness, I think we all can thrive in life so well. And thank you, Sid, for sharing your stories with me. You are an inspiration to me, and I hope you will achieve what you deserve in life. And my admiration to you will never stop because I really do admire you since I know you the first time I saw you.
It needs to stop.
Okay, maybe when you turn 40. Okay,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
not.
maybe it was. You will stop when Tapi for now, I'm macam tak lagi. Sebab I cannot beat you until today. 30 years of whatever,
No, no,
we've been going through. I rasa
no, no.
macam,
I'm
wow,
not the one
wow.
with designer suits. So invited to all. I've never been to a tattler party. Hello.
Alah, semua fasad je lah. Tak adalah. Nothing great about it.
Dia
It's
pun
all, yeah. If someone said I'm fake, maybe everything is just, it looks good on the outside, but in the inside, I'm happy that I did what I did. It's coulda, woulda, shoulda. It- so thank you, Sid. I really am grateful for this conversation. I really am.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Me too, me too. I feel, like I don't talk about my mother a lot, to be honest. But I
Yeah,
just feel that I know there are a lot of people out there who struggle the way
yeah,
I am or the way I did. So
of course.
I just want people to not, to not be in that, to feel like, hey, you get into your theme, right? You're not alone, you know?
Support the He podcast via a one-time donation, a monthly subscription from as low as $1, a lifetime membership, and purchase He's exclusive collection of merchandise. And for all other business inquiries at buymeacoffee.com/Refie. Thank you for listening to He. A new episode is available every Thursday, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We'd love to hear from you. Follow me on social media at Refie Redzuan and at He Podcast for all the updates and behind the scenes. Once again, thank you for listening to He with Refie Redzuan.